other, right? So we
Okay.
only live on Twitch because
Okay.
I still want to shorten the. I just thought that we were gonna be probably a bit too long for YouTube, and I hate
Sure.
when it just shut me off like that. So
Yeah.
we're gonna go ahead and do this thing the way the Lord intended. Is that a thing?
The Father, the Son, Holy Ghost, Jesus, Mary, and Joseph.
Amen. Man, Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. No, cool, man. All right, let's do this.
This is Kickin' and Streamin' Podcast, a binge watcher's guide to streaming movies, TV series, and stuff. Here are your hosts, Graham and Jocelyn.
And hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Kicking and Streaming Podcast. My name is Graham, and with me today on this side of the screen is Jojo, the absolutely fantastic one. Hello, Jojo.
Hello, Graham. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine. So today we are doing a recording a bit later than usual because it's actually Monday. We had to wait until today because last night on Sunday night was the Emmy Awards, and our special programming dictates that we go the next day. We record a show after any award ceremony. Isn't that right, George?
That's right.
I think
That
that's
is right.
I think that's what it says.
I think so. I think it's in the contract somewhere or something.
Right, and so we're gonna go right off to it, Jojo. Last night, Emmys. It was good to see a room full of people, but it was also terrifying.
I kind of liked what Seth Rogen had to say about it. That cracked me up. I don't think anybody else found it funny, but it made me laugh.
Yeah, I think Seth is one of those dudes that will say shit that yeah, everybody's thinking about it. Let me just go ahead and say it. And so it would be nice if I had started recording, what I mean, but it's so good, right? So yeah, I mean, I think my wife always wants to watch the red carpet, which I couldn't care less. Like what you're wearing, I don't care. I know Billy Porter's gonna walk in and just fucking kill everybody anyway. So whatever everybody's wearing doesn't matter. What I'm saying?
True.
But I was watching the red carpet, and there was this dude that was interviewing people for Entertainment. I think Karamo Brown or whatever. And dude kept like shaking hands and kissing people, and you could see the actors and the actresses kind of freaking out when he reaches out to shake hand or to give a kiss. I mean, of course, by just sheer politeness, they would correspond. Do you know what I mean? But like,
Yeah.
but you could see like, yo, are we doing this? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I didn't watch the red carpet, but I'm surprised that a producer didn't get in his ear after a couple of those and be
Yeah.
like, dude, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah, and so that's what I said to Christine, like, hold on, there's a lot of unmasked people there, and it's a tiny little comp, and she's like, well, everybody is vaccinated, and they have to show proof of vaccine and a recent COVID test, and I'm like, I still feel like somebody should be freaking out. I'm just saying, like, this is, you know what I mean, like,
Yeah,
hey,
yeah. I mean, yeah, it's one thing to be like, okay, we're gonna, I don't know, we're gonna have everybody make sure everybody's vaccinated and all that fun and exciting stuff, but I don't know about the whole like shaking hands and kissing on each other and that kind of thing. Like to me, that's just we're not quite there yet.
Yeah. I mean, it was kind of weird, but you know, the Emmys happened and they decided to do it, and I think it sort of like broke something, right? It sort of like broke a chain of Zoom award series that we saw last year that made it interesting. I personally like no more than 500 people thing, right?
Yeah.
I think the ceremony ended at least with a good 10 minutes to spare, which is, even though some people, we're going to talk about some of those people that were like real asshole-ish with their speech.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the guy from Queen's Gambit.
Yes.
But like,
Yes.
how fucking rude this asshole, man! Like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, that one was because I was like, okay, so the women and the women and the other folks shut up when things, but you get a white dude up there who wins something and he's just like, no, stop the music. I'm still talking. I'm still talking and I will continue to talk. And I'm like, I mean, it's one thing because everybody, not everybody, but a lot of folks ramble on, and ramble over, I guess I should say, because there's people that they genuinely want to speak to, and I understand that he had people that he wanted to thank, but for heaven's sakes, he read like a manuscript up there.
And it wasn't even thanking. He was just
Yeah.
pontificating about his fucking
Yes.
series and shit.
Yes.
Fuck off, man.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, that was, if there was ever, I mean, if white male privilege was a person, that was that motherfucker last night. And it
Agreed.
was in poor taste. Now I know that a lot of motherfuckers are gonna come out and say, well, Debbie Allen did the same thing. But that was a special award. And we know that with special awards, these people are allowed to speak a bit longer. In fact, I thought it was a bit rude. Because when you watch the Golden Globes, for instance, the CB DeMille special award, right? These people will talk for a good 8 minutes. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And nobody plays the music on them because that's their special moment.
Right.
And in the case of Debbie Allen, I think that's what was happening there. And the fact that they started playing the music on her was like, no, man, like, let her talk. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree, and I don't know, I thought it was strange that some people got music and some people didn't. I mean, and the people that didn't were definitely going
Yeah.
over, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's like, okay, they because I think everybody was supposed to get 45 seconds, and there was I don't know, it was very, very strange to me. They needed to have some more consistency with that, and I mean, like, um, is it the Oscars? It's one of the awards ceremony that after a while they'll just cut away. They'll be like, okay, you can keep
Exactly.
talking, but we're
Yeah.
cutting away from you and we're going to break
And
or
the MC
whatever.
will come in and say, like, after this, we're gonna go to do this and that. And like, if we're gonna do that, let's do it to everybody, right?
Yes, that's the thing. Do it to everybody.
But that was kind of weird. I mean, somebody should have walked up and just marched this dude off the stage. Seriously.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
shut the fuck up, get your little statue and get the fuck out. No
Yeah.
one wants to hear more than the thank yous. Like, nobody knows your mama, your daddy, and your grandparents. None of that shit. Like, I'm not saying that they're not deserving of your thanks and shit, but if you've gone over the time that you're supposed to be there, shut the fuck up and go. Like, respect the rules, right?
Right.
That was
Right.
in poor taste.
I agree.
What do you think of the opening? What do you think of Cedric? My thing with Cedric is that I don't think he's funny for a long time. So the little opening monologue was I. I like the whole thing, and there's one or two sketches that came off a bit weird, but like the one with the what you call it, this therapy session or whatever.
Mhm.
That was funny.
That was funny. That one did make me laugh too. It was
Yeah.
good to see like Scott Bakula and see some talent there kind of pinging off of each other that you wouldn't have normally, and then Fred Savage being
Prince Savage was the one that made me laugh.
Me too. That
That's
was
why
good.
I'm here directing this thing. Like, oh man, that no, that was good.
Yeah.
But you know, here's the thing: after having seen the experimentation of hostless versus with host, I'm kind of like in the camp of I don't care whether there's a host or not. Is that
I don't either.
you
I
know?
don't either. I don't care. I mean, Cedric was fine. I've definitely seen worse.
Yeah,
Um,
of course. Yeah,
but at the same time, like some of that, a lot of those sketches were done beforehand anyway. So it was
yeah,
like that could have been anybody. That would, I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah. You're absolutely right. Like there was no onstage presence funny type of thing,
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
which probably is fine. You know. Um. So let's. Oh, before we get into the award, Conan. I don't care what you say, but Conan doesn't have to speak to be funny. Conan doesn't have to be on stage to be funny. This dude is just insane. And I love what he did to that president of the academy or whatever.
that Oh god, that was I kind of felt bad for Debbie Allen just because, that was sort of her moment, but the whole speech wasn't her moment, a lot of it was just them kissing their own butt. So I was that part of it was great.
He just stood there. His attention. And I think that's precisely what he was trying to say. Like, look, we don't need you to come out here and give a fucking speech.
Right.
There's nothing for you here. Just shut the fuck up and let the show roll. Those are literally 10 minutes or 5 minutes, whatever it is that they speak, well, however long they speak, that we're never gonna get back. I don't know these dudes, these
I know.
dudettes. Like, why are they here? And the
Yeah.
accountants and shit, fuck off.
Yeah.
and so the trolling, Conan just trolling this guy, like, yeah, your speech is important. Yeah. And a standing
The
ovation and
standing
standing,
ovation killed me. I was like, "Oh my god, he actually got everybody to do a standing ovation."
that, my friend, was pure classic Conan right there.
I have to say though that executive, I don't know how he managed to just keep doing his speech because I would have just been like, you know what, bye.
I'll see you.
Somebody come out and tell Debbie Allen she won an award because I'm going to go in the back before you all start throwing fruit or something.
Here's what I hope. I hope they learn from this and say, yeah, I think we're not needed up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this entire speech is superfluous. We could just here's what I propose. If there's a program, write the fucking thing on the back page of the program.
Yeah.
That's it.
Here you go.
Because I, as the viewer, I don't need to know who you are. Who is it? Shamer? Is it Shamar or Shamer? Something,
like
you
that.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't need to know you. Sherma.
Sherma. Okay.
Sherma. Yes. And lastly, in terms of nomination, the Emmys did very well. There was a record number of actors of color nominated. Did they win? Not much.
No. No.
But yeah, at least nominations. There was a bunch, so it's got to start somewhere, I suppose.
Yeah, I suppose it's a step in the right direction, but yeah, yeah.
It's yeah. All right, so let's move on then. Jojo, do you have stuff?
I do. I have the list, the winners list.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do then. We
Mhm.
are going to start with the actual acting things, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Because there's a lot of there, like technical stuff that we ain't gonna go in.
I was interested though, just as a side note, to learn that commercials win Emmys. I did not know that.
They do?
There is when I was scrolling through this list when you sent it, just to refresh my memory, down at the bottom there is a list of commercials. And
Oh yeah. Nike won that you can't
Nike
stop
won.
us.
That's crazy. I did not know that. All these years, I had no idea that commercials could win Emmys.
I didn't know that. So that's dope. Yeah, sure. All right. So shall we start with outstanding casting for a limited or anthology series or movies?
Let's see. I was actually down with best supporting actress in a comedy, but let me get to where you are.
Um, right on top of the picture of Derek Hoff.
I'm going.
Okay, okay. Yay, Jojo.
You can go ahead and start without me.
All right. So, outstanding casting for a limited or anthology series or movie. I May Destroy You, Julie Harkin, Mayor of Easttown, A.V. Kaufman, Diane Heary, and Jason Loftus. The Underground Railroad, Francine Maisler and Megan Lewis. WandaVision, Sarah Halley Finn, and Jason B. Stamey. And The Queen's Gambit, Ellen Lewis, Kate Sprance, Olivia Scott Webb, Tina Gerussi, Anna Lena Slater, and Tatiana Muchnik and Stephanie Mail. Uh, the Queen's Gambit won that one.
That is a lot of people for casting.
Yeah, yeah, and like I can talk about. There's a lot of shows here that had way more people, way more cast than the amount of people that they hired to cast this one series, The Queen's Gambit. But The Queen's Gambit won it, and yeah, that was dope.
Yeah.
So you should be the next one should be outstanding casting for a drama series. Do you have that?
I do.
All right.
So the Bridgerton, Kelly Valentine Hendry, Lovecraft Country, Kim Taylor Coleman, and Megan Lewis. The Handmaid's Tale, Sharon Bialy, Sherry Thomas, Russell Scott, Robin D. Cook, The Mandalorian, Sarah Halley Finn, and The Crown, Robert Stern. And of course, it was The Crown that won because it was the Crown's night.
Yes, 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 yes. All right. It was the Crowns and Ted Lasso's night.
Yeah, I think they
Eh?
split it pretty evenly.
Yeah. Outstanding casting for a comedy series. We have Hacks, Gene McCarthy, and Nicole Abelera Hallman. Pen 15, Melissa Delizia, The Flight Attendant, Kim Mishia, Beth Bowling, and John Papsidera. And The Kominsky Method, Nikki Valco, Ken Miller, and Tara Tracy. The winner for this one was Ted Lasso, and the cast person was Theo Park. Yeah, and so that's how Ted Lasso started the whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So let's move on to outstanding actress in a short form comedy or drama series.
Um, why does my list look different than yours? I don't understand. We
Yo.
have the same list.
Yeah. So it's
Okay, so is it see? Paula Pell, Mapleworth Murders, Carrie, Kenny Silver, Reno 911, Natalie or Nathalie, Emmanuel Die Hart, and Kiki Palmer. Kiki Palmer's Turn Up with the Taylors, and it was Kiki Palmer that won.
Kiki Palmer doing her thing last night. Kiki Palmer, by the way, started an entire controversy at the Met Gala. I don't know if you saw that.
No, I missed that. What happened?
So Kiki Palmer put the menu, the food on blast at the Met Gala,
Okay.
and she posted a picture of the food on Instagram, and it is this was by this overrated chef who is, I think, half Swedish, half uh, Ethiopian, and kind of weird looking dude. And he's just like incredibly overrated. He had he's always in the news for something he does wrong with food. Like earlier this year, he made a version. So Haitians, we eat a pumpkin soup on January 1st.
Okay.
Our very own soup jumeau, and that is a tradition because first of January is not only New Year's Day for Haitians, but it is Independence Day, and so that was what our forefathers ate to celebrate that day. That's what we do. So my dude decided he was going to do this weird ass gentrified version of soup jumeau, and Haitian Twitter went after him. What is his name? Samuelson? Something Samuelson? Well, that was the guy. And after he got dragged by the Haitian community on Twitter, so he was, I guess he chefed the Met Gala and the food was shit. And Kiki Palmer posted you have to find that. Kiki Palmer posted that shit on Instagram and it went viral and everybody went after it. I can't believe they
That.
paid you for this. It was bad, man. So yeah,
Oh, that's good. I'll have to look for that.
Kiki Palmer got him dragged one more time. Yes, outstanding actor in a short form comedy or drama series is going to be Brendan Scannell, Bonding, Kevin Hart, Die Hard, John Travolta, Die Hard, John Lutz, Mapleworth Murders, and JB Smoove, Mapleworth Murders, and JB Smoove was the winner on this one. So Jojo?
So, guest actor in a comedy series, we had Alec Baldwin for Saturday Night Live, Morgan Freeman for The Kaminsky Method, Daniel Kaluuya for Saturday Night Live, Daniel Levy for Saturday Night Live, and Dave Chappelle for Saturday Night Live. And Dave Chappelle was the winner for Saturday Night Live.
If I remember correctly, on our prediction show, we did say that ain't nobody was going to win this if it wasn't Dave Chappelle. Like,
Yeah, pretty much.
no one was under the illusion. And I don't care. I don't care how much you think Alec Baldwin being there was going to be a big thing, whatever. Dave Chappelle was it, you know. I thought Daniel Kaluuya would have had a good chance, but again, he was against Dave Chappelle, so not happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, and guest actress in a comedy series, Jane Addams, Hacks, Yvette Nicole Brown, A Black Lady Sketch Show, Bernadette Peters, Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist, Issa Rae, A Black Lady Sketch Show, Kristen Wiig, Saturday Night Live, and Maya Rudolph, Saturday Night Live. And of course, Maya Rudolph ended up winning it because this lady can do Kamala like nobody else can do Kamala. So I don't care what you say, man. This girl, she does like that. It's amazing. It is an amazing thing when she does Beyonce, I believe it. When she did Whitney Houston, I believed it. When it doesn't matter. You know that is Maya Rudolph, but she has a way of turning into these people that you're like, yo, no, that's it, right?
She's brilliant. She really
She's
is.
too good. Yeah. So, what you got next, Jojo?
So we got guest actor in a drama series, Don Cheadle, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Charles Dance, The Crown, Timothy Oliphant for The Mandalorian, Carl Weathers for The Mandalorian, and Courtney B. Vance for Lovecraft Country. And Courtney B. Vance is the one who took home the Emmy.
I remember we had this conversation. We talked about because I remember asking you like, okay, so I don't know, I know Courtney B. Vance's performance on there, but I didn't know I didn't watch The Mandalorian, so I asked you to shed light on Timothy Olyphant's work there, and I just don't remember what our prediction was. Um, but
I
I think
don't
I
either.
thought I thought Charles Dance was going to win it for the crown because I told you that he was Uncle Teddy, and he had like this really cool, father son relationship with Charles, with Prince Charles, and I thought that Charles Dance really did a great job with that. But Courtney B. Vance, I don't have any problem with Courtney B. Vance winning that because Courtney B. Vance and Angelo Ellis on Lovecraft Country have the chemistry that the only reason I know that Angela Bassett is not worried is because she's Angela Bassett. I'm just saying. All right, then. So let's move on to guest actress in a drama series. We
So,
have,
oh,
oh,
sorry.
oh,
Sorry.
it's all good. So, so we have Alexis Bledel, The Handmaid's Tale, Makina Grace, The Handmaid's Tale, Sophie Okonedo, Ratched, Felicia Rashad, This Is Us, and Claire Foy in The Crown, and Claire Foy won it. I didn't see that. Was that did they do that on TV?
They didn't do those on TV. No, I think
Okay.
that these did these for. I'm not sure if they did them the day before or just earlier in the evening or what, but yeah,
I see.
yeah.
All right. Okay. So yeah, I don't have a problem. I know that Claire Foy's appearance on this last season of The Crown was a bit just just a little bit.
Mhm.
Like seriously, just a couple of scenes. So it's amazing that she won. I would have thought that one of the Handmaid Tale ladies would have won it. But yeah, sure, whatever, man. All right, you got the next, Jojo.
Let's see. So we've got outstanding character voiceover performance. So we've got Jessica Walter in Archer, Stacey Abrams for Blackish Election Special Part 2, Julie Andrews for Bridgerton, Titus Burgess for Central Park, Stanley Tucci for Central Park, Seth MacFarlane for Family Guy, and Maya Rudolph for Big Mouth. And Maya Rudolph is the one who took it home.
Yeah, so Maya Rudolph had a pretty good night last night.
Yeah, she did.
That's an amazing thing. All right, so let's go for outstanding or best supporting actress in a comedy series or in a comedy. Um, so we have Hannah Einbinder for Hacks, Cecily Strong, SNL, A.D. Bryant, SNL, Kate McKinnon, SNL, Juno Temple, Ted Lasso, Rosie Perez, The Flight Attendant, and Hannah Waddingham for Ted Lasso. And she won it. Now, let's talk about this a bit, Jojo, because that to me, as much of a fan as I am of Ted Lasso, that win to me was a bit of a surprise
Okay.
because of the heavy hitters that were included there. Three of SNL's best were in there, and also I don't know why, but I do feel like in that's no shade, no disrespect to Hannah Waddingham at all. But I do feel that Juno Temple's character is um is a bit more likable
Okay.
than the character that Hannah Waddingham plays. So so I thought that if anybody best supporting actress on Ted Lasso, if anybody was gonna win it, it would be maybe Juno Temple. Um, but I don't have a problem with Hannah Waddingham winning it because she's really good in the show. Like she is really good. But Juno Temple is character is more likable, so I thought, just because of that, she would have won. But no, that's it right there. That's all I had to say, Judge.
And since I haven't seen the show, I don't have an opinion one way or the other, but yeah, I liked her speech. She was
She was genuinely excited
yeah.
and surprised, like surprise out of her damn mind
Yeah.
that she won.
Yeah. I always like to see that when people are genuinely in shock like what?
Uh, uh, um, I also have the feeling that Olivia Colman never is expecting that she's going to win anything.
No. No. No.
I don't
not
think
even.
I don't think she has gotten accustomed to the idea that she is that huge of an actor in that she's got such a Midas touch. It seems to me that she understands the effort that she puts in it.
Sure.
She understands the accolade, but to her, it's her job. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah,
Like
I don't get the impression from her that she has an ego or a huge ego, like she's not a diva. I don't
yeah,
get that impression at all. She's just like, I come to work, I do my best job and I go home and you want to give me an award? What?
yeah, I'll take it.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. So, best supporting actor in a comedy. Go ahead, Jojo.
So we had Carl Clemens Hopkins for Hacks, Bowen Yang for SNL, Keenan Thompson for SNL, Brendan Hunt for Ted Lasso, Nick Mohammed for Ted Lasso, Jeremy Swift for Ted Lasso, Paul Reiser for The Kaminsky Method, and Brett Goldstein also for Ted Lasso. And Brett Goldstein is the one who took it home. That was a lot of folks from Ted Lasso.
Yeah, yeah. And you know what? That's not an exaggeration. Every one of those dudes who were nominated there deserved to be there on the Ted Lasso side. And I would say the same for the SNL part too, because Bowen Yang has blossomed into this absolutely fantastic comedic figure. It's just, I just can't get enough of him. Kenan, on the other hand, I don't know how it's gonna seem weird if he ever in I think he said that those were his final years or whatever. But it's gonna feel kind of weird to watch SNL without Kenan.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know that I can do it. Like, here's the thing: a lot of people don't like Jay Leno, for instance, and I wasn't like on a personal level a fan of Jay Leno. I actually don't even think that he was that funny. But I was so used to watching the Tonight Show with Jay Leno that have not consistently ever watched the Tonight Show after Jay Leno left. And again, I understand that Jay Leno wasn't even that great, but it was just a matter of that's the staple. You know what I mean? So
Routine.
for me, yeah, that was the routine. So SNL without Kenan is going to be weird. I hope that's not anytime soon, but I know he's hinted a couple of times that he wants out. So let's see. So the next one is Best Supporting Actress in a Limited or Anthology Series or Movie. And the nominees were Philippa Saw Hamilton, Renee Elise Goldsberry Hamilton, Jean Smart, Mayor of its East Town, Moses Ingram, The Queen's Gambit, Catherine Hahn, WandaVision, and Julia Nicholson for Mayor of Easttown, and Julia Nicholson ended up winning it. I know that we had a live session on Clubhouse for at least half of the award ceremony, And I was kind of like getting mad at this one because I haven't watched Mayor of Easttown, so I don't know that these people, how great these people are. And I'm not saying that they weren't great, but of course, we did the prediction show, and I think I was strongly going for Catherine Hahn on this
Mhm.
one for WandaVision. And I thought that the only one that could topple her would have been Jane Smart.
Yeah.
So, and I was happy obviously to see Moses Ingram being nominated because she was so dope
She
on The Queen's
was.
Gambit. She was
She
so
was.
great,
It would
right?
have been great to see her win. It
Yeah,
really would have been great. I know, she's young and it's earlier in her career, so it would have been a big surprise if she had one, but it would have been a cool thing.
yeah. One of the dudes mentioned that it was like her very first ever thing on TV or whatever. And but that she doesn't give you that vibe at all, man. On The Queen's Gambit, she was so good.
No. Yes. She was so good. So, yeah, I don't I like I said, it would have been great to see her win, but, you know, I also know that they don't really like to, um, give you something right out of the park.
Right, right.
Right, your first time out, they don't really like to give you something.
Yeah, no, they have their thing. But hey, we'll take it. The nomination was great, and she's, as we say, early in her career. We can only expect good things to happen for her.
Yes.
Right. So let's move on then to the next one, Jojo.
Okay, so we had a Best Supporting Actor in a Limited or Anthology Series or Movie. So there was Daveed Diggs for Hamilton, Jonathan Groff for Hamilton, Anthony Ramos for Hamilton, Papa Izadu for I May Destroy You, Thomas Brody Sangster for The Queen's Gambit, and Evan Peters for Mayor of Easttown. And Evan Peters ended up winning for Mayor of Easttown.
I swear I'm gonna have to start watching that show. And
Yeah, I know, me too.
yeah. And I know we both put it in the back burner for some reason, because like, yeah, Kate Winslet, whatever. But like, it's just like HBO Max. I have to be honest. I know that HBO Max has been kind of like hot and cold with this has been only a first year for them. So
Mhm,
what they've been putting out is a bit hot and cold sometimes. And
mhm.
sometimes they have a banging movie, sometimes they have a banging series, but sometimes I literally only use HBO Max to go back and watch some old shit.
Right,
You
right.
know,
Yeah.
so I'm always a bit iffy about whatever new stuff HBO Max comes out with. And so I have to wait and see. So now I have to go and watch this freaking Man of Easttown because damn, what the hell, man?
Yep.
Yeah, man. Yeah. All right then. So
So I'm sad that Papa Izadu didn't win.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
I guess it is early in his career too. That's another thing you can say, but still, he was so good in I May Destroy You. And Evan Peters, he was really good in the first season of Pose.
Yeah.
So he was good there. We haven't seen Mayor of Easttown, so I mean, have to assume that he's good. But it would have been cool to see Papa Izadu win because
Yeah,
I mean,
sometimes.
I wanted I May Destroy You to win in every category it was
Yeah, I wanted
nominated.
I made the
So
street to have the kind of night that Ted Lasso in The Crown had. Seriously.
yes, yes, yes.
But and I think it still amazes me that there's still people asking, is that show really that good? Motherfucker, yeah.
Yes, it is
This
that
podcast
good.
has been talking about this thing. Like there are two shows that we talk about almost every time we have a podcast.
Mhm.
Is I May Destroy You and DOA.
Yeah.
So what the hell y'all waiting for?
Yep.
I'm just saying, like, don't be asking, is it that good? Yeah, nigga, it's good.
Yes, it is. It really is.
Yes. All right. So we have best drama writing. Peter Morgan, The Crown, Rebecca Sonnenschein, The Boys, Misha Green, Lovecraft Country, John Favreau, The Mandalorian, Dave Filoni, The Mandalorian, Yalin Shine, The Handmaid's Tale, and Ryan Murphy, Brad Falchuk, Stephen Canals, Janet Mock, and Our Lady J for Pose. Um, and Peter Morgan from The Crown won it. And the same happened in the Best Directing. So let's move on to Best Supporting Actress in Drama.
Okay. So, Best Supporting Actress in a Drama, we had Anjanou Ellis for Lovecraft Country, Emerald Fennell for The Crown, Helena Bonham Carter for The Crown, Yvonne Stravosky for The Handmaid's Tale, Madeline Brewer for The Handmaid's Tale, Anne Dowd for The Handmaid's Tale, Samira Wiley for The Handmaid's Tale, and Gillian Anderson for The Crown. And it, of course, ended up being Gillian Anderson for The Crown.
Now, here's the thing. I know that I was a huge supporter, and in our prediction show, I fully supported the nomination of Gillian Anderson for the job she did, as Margaret Thatcher. But again, did you see how many nominations for The Handmaid's Tale? So 1, 2, 3 for what was it? Yeah, 1, 2, 3 for The Handmaid's Tale. 4.
4. Yeah, 4 for The Handmaid's Tale, 3 for The Crown, and 1 for Lovecraft Country.
And here's the crazy thing: Anne Dowd has been nominated several times. And this lady, I haven't gone back and watched that show ever since we watched the first season.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like I said, there's some kind of cruelties there that after I turned 40, I just can't. I know that it's fake, but I just don't have the stomach to watch, because the idea that somebody might be watching that and saying, that's a good idea for next time I have to torture someone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just,
It's the truth.
So I haven't watched that show, but I know Anne Dowd is really, really great. Samira Wiley, we know her. We know that she is the bomb. Like, I stopped watching Orange is the New Black as soon as Samira Wiley exited the show. Like, yeah, you killed Pussy? I'm done with this fucking show. So, yeah, I mean, Gillian Anderson, like I said, won it. In Hollywood, if you play a real life character, especially if they're dead, the likelihood is that you're going to win something. And that's not to say that Gillian Anderson wasn't absolutely fucking fantastic. But the list was great, and the list was full of great actresses, including Anjanou Ellis, again on Lovecraft Country. She was marvelous. She was absolutely fantastic. So congratulations to Gillian Anderson. But again, I know I have my beef.
I even though I expected her to win and would have been very, very shocked if she had not won, there was so much buzz around Emerald Fennell for The Crown that I was sort of surprised that something didn't happen there. But
yeah, there's that too. Emerald Fennell was like the greatest thing that Emerald Fennell did for me as Camilla is that she humanized Camilla a lot to people who don't know this woman, have never been not even one kilometer away from her, but somehow hate the fuck out of her because, Diana.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like The Crown, although with a certain amount of fiction, The Crown has kind of done justice to the story of Camilla Parker Bowles. And And it's all, I guess, in the hands of another actor. You could have seen the Camila you all hate,
Right.
but in the hand of Emerald Fennell, you saw a human being with some flaws, but that doesn't have that great amount of culpability that we've learned to put on her for whatever the fuck happened with this numbnut.
Yeah. Yeah.
And partly, of course, is the job that Josh O'Connor also does, playing young Charles. But yeah, I think Emerald Fennell deserved to be there, and I would not have had a problem if she had won it. Um, but again, there was nobody that was going to take that one away from Gillian Anderson.
No.
Just
No. That would have been a huge upset if it had happened.
yeah. And speaking of Thatcher, of Margaret Thatcher, do you know that an Emmy reporter, asked Gillian Anderson if she had spoken to Margaret Thatcher about playing her? Right. And Gillian Anderson was very polite and whatever. But you are a reporter. One, and you don't have to be a history buff to know recent history. I get it that you went la 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 when they talked about history in school. But Margaret Thatcher died in 2013, you numbsquat. What the fuck?
All I needed was a quick Google. I mean, honestly,
Oh
he didn't
my
have to go to the library or
God.
anything. We have Google now and Wikipedia. Just a quick Google and be like, oh, she's been dead for a while. So that's
You
maybe a
mean to
bad
tell me,
question.
that this person went through high school in at least 4 years of university and doesn't know that Margaret Thatcher has been dead since 2013? She was the Prime Minister of England, a historic one at that, right?
Yeah.
And she received a state funeral. Like, I mean, you didn't have to live in England to know that. So, I mean,
I
well,
it would have been a good idea to vet your questions with someone else, perhaps, or maybe they did and that person didn't like them.
yeah, I think you might. Yeah, go ahead. That would be a good question.
Actually, that's the
Ask
best
her.
one you have.
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead and ask her what did Maggie what did Maggie think? That was bad. That was terrible. All right, so let's move on then. Yeah, we have Best Supporting Actor in a Drama, and the nominees were Tobias Menzies, The Crown; Michael K. Williams, Lovecraft Country; John Lithgow, Perry Mason; Max Minghella, The Handmaid's Tale; Bradley Whitford, The Handmaid's Tale; Oti Fagbenle, The Handmaid's Tale; uh, Giancarlo Esposito, The Mandalorian; Chris Sullivan, This Is Us; and the winner on this one was Tobias Menzies. I was a bit surprised on this one. Because, like, I think in previous seasons as Prince Philip, Tobias Menzies was even better than he was in this recent season. And I think what they did here is make up for the season that they didn't choose him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't think he was better than John Lithgow. I don't think anybody was better than Michael K. Williams, actually. And it's not because he's dead.
Yeah.
It's not because he recently died. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
Michael K. Williams came to Lovecraft Country and played another great character that only Michael K. Williams could have brought to life as he did.
Yeah.
And so Tobias Menzies, I think everybody was like, really? Yeah, man, congrats, whatever. And again, I'm not saying that dude doesn't have the chops. I'm just saying that nominated against the actors that he got nominated for the roles that they played, the dude that played an aging Prince Philip is not gonna win it, not this year. So that's bullshit. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't know. That one, I don't know. I was like, is it because Prince Philip died? I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, it was just it's just all weird.
I agree.
Yeah. Outstanding writing for a variety series. You got that.
So we had the
I think we
Amber.
should just
Whoop,
go ahead
sorry.
and say. I'm sorry.
Go
I
ahead.
don't need to interrupt. Like, I think
No,
we should.
you're fine. Go ahead.
I think we should just go ahead and say that John Oliver won it.
Yeah, John Oliver won. I mean, and if anybody else had won, I think there would have been riots. So,
Yeah.
I mean, honestly,
Yeah.
because he's just so good. He's just so good.
And
Such a
even
great
Stephen
show.
Colbert won one, and he said,
Yeah.
"I'm glad Last Week Tonight wasn't nominated on this one, and Last Week Tonight and SNL weren't nominated on this one, because they kind of know that once you know Last Week Tonight is nominated, it's very unlikely that you're going to win anything."
Yeah. I mean,
And
unless the show takes this huge nosedive in quality, which I suppose is possible, but I sincerely hope never happens, it's always going to be better than anything else that's out there.
and
And whatever does knock it off of its pedestal had better be damn fabulous.
well, Jon Stewart is coming back
He is.
with a
He
show on
is.
Apple TV. So, but does that mean anything in comparison to? I don't know.
Yeah.
We have to wait and see.
Yeah.
But I think also one of the greatest qualities of Last Week Tonight is their ability to just troll somebody for a whole fucking season and it never gets old because they took Adam Driver and trolled the fuck out of him a whole season, and even last night they trolled his ass too because like they dedicated
You
the
know
win.
what you did. You know what you did.
When you know that the writers are in on it, and John Oliver delivers the whole thing so great, it's just amazing. I'm grateful for the show. So
Yes.
so yeah,
Agreed.
Georgia, I didn't mean to just go ahead and
No.
rudely interrupt you like that.
No, makes sense to me. I mean, honestly, everybody else was nominated and deserved their nomination, so good for them. But yeah, it needed to be Last Week Tonight with John Oliver.
And in terms of outstanding variety sketch series, I guess everybody can guess this one, right? So yeah, it was SNL. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone.
That was a very short list of nominees.
Yeah, it was a Black Lady sketch show.
And SNL.
In them, yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's like not a proper sketch show other than SNL in a Black Lady sketch show, I suppose. There used to be one. It was I don't know that it wasn't short lived, but it didn't last too long. Was it on Fox? You remember that?
I do, but I don't recall the name of it.
It was a bit of a mess. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't recall the name.
There's that. All right then. So we're going to bypass outstanding writing. We're gonna go on for outstanding directing for a comedy series. You wanna grab that?
Mm-hmm. So we had James Burrows for Be Positive, Suanna Fogel for the flight attendant, James Widows for Mom, Zach Braff for Ted Lasso, MJ Delaney for Ted Lasso, Declan Lowney for Ted Lasso, and Lucia Anello for Hacks. And Hacks was the winner, Luciana Anello. And
Lucia Agnello was great in her speech, and she gave me the same vibe as Hannah Waddingham in that she won, and she was like genuinely surprised, and so grateful and almost unprepared of what she wanted to say. So she just started to give love. I love everybody. Yeah, my husband, I married you a week ago. And blah, blah, blah. It was so genuine. I'm like,
It
yeah,
was.
it was dope.
It was. It was good.
Yeah. So yeah, Hacks was, look, if you put aside, Ted Lasso, I think other than Ted Lasso, Hacks was the comedy show, the comedy series of the year. Um, and I don't know that a lot of people have gotten to Hacks yet, have discovered Hacks yet.
And they need to, because it's so good. It's so good.
Jean Smart is, man, this lady right there.
Yeah.
This lady right there. I think she's made a greater, bigger individual out of the character that she's playing. Like she's not incredibly likable, but
No.
you find yourself rooting for her because she's so fucking dope.
Yes.
She's
Yeah.
so badass. Like she's so boss that you're like, yeah, just go get it, man. I don't know. That's the
Yeah.
way I see it. That's
Yeah.
what I see. Yeah.
No, she is definitely, she's playing a character who is what she is. She's a diva. She's a Vegas legend, and she isn't going to be a likable person because you don't get there by being nice. And but at the same time, she shows the humanity of that character. So
Yeah, that was dope. And of course, speaking of Jean Smart, Best Actress in a Comedy, that was Jean Smart in for Hacks, A.D. Bryant for Shrill, Kaylee Cuoco for, is it Callie or Kaylee? Is it Callie? I think she
think
says Callie.
okay.
She says Callie. Does she say Callie? No, Kaylee. Callie
I thought it
Cuoco.
was Kaylee, but I don't know.
Okay, some lady from from
She used to be on The Big Bang Theory.
the Big Bang. Yeah, the flight attendant, Alison Janney, Mom, Tracy Ellis Ross, Blackish, and Jean Smart took it. And with that, I don't have any problem at all, because I know that if it weren't Jean Smart, it probably would have been Alison Janney, especially because that show ended, I believe. Mom.
I believe so. Yeah.
And Alison Janney is a with all her brides is a darling of award shows, at least in terms of nominations.
Yes.
So there's that.
Yes.
But Jean Smart, absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. I'm
All
glad
right.
she won.
Yes. Now people are gonna start watching Hacks and they'll be like, "What the fuck have I been?
Why was I not watching this before? I don't know. Why weren't you?
yeah. You got Best Actor in a Comedy, Jojo.
So we had Anthony Anderson for Blackish, Michael Douglas for The Kominsky Method, William H. Macy for Shameless, Kenan Thompson for Kenan, and Jason Sudeikis for Ted Lasso, and he took it home.
Yeah, we all kind of saw it coming, because I think people are discovering that Jason Sudeikis is more than a SNL comedian who did, some characters and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
He's proven to be an absolutely fantastic writer and a character actor and a leading man, and he's just an all around great dude. Not because of Ted Lasso. I think long before that, everybody wanted to be a friend of Jason Sudeikis.
I think so too. He's just got that kind of sweet, goofy persona or something. I don't know. It's like, oh, he'd be cool to hang out and have a beer with or
Yeah,
something. Yeah, he's just got that persona.
yeah. So Ted Lasso is just an elevation of that, and I think it's a testament to the team that he's got around him, the cast that he has around him, because a lot of the time it is Coach Beard, it is you know Roy Kent, it is the character that Juno Temple plays. It is the supporting characters that are actually taking the show somewhere.
Mhm.
Ted Lasso just steps in and says some Midwestern shit and just leaves. So the show, you have to understand this show. It's surrounding Ted Lasso, but Ted Lasso is nothing without those characters. And I think Jason recognized that last night too.
Yeah, yeah, and that's
So
always cool to see when
yeah.
when that happens. So yeah.
Yeah. Right then, so we shall move on to the next one. And um outstanding competition program. I'm just gonna go ahead and say, I'm gonna go breeze through the nominees, but the winner was RuPaul's Drag Race. And Jojo, I think we were questioning whether or not RuPaul had won it before, and
Right.
he had
Okay.
for Drag Race. And
Okay.
to last night, by the way, by winning last night, he became the most Emmy-winning Black person.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So he just knocked off some dude that was, yeah. I don't remember the name of the person who was before him, but the person, it was a guy, it was a writer. But RuPaul has won now more Emmys than that guy. And
Okay.
so he stands right now as the most winning Black person or person of color.
Okay.
So there's RuPaul over there making history.
That's
And
cool.
ever since
That's
I
cool.
learned that RuPaul is, just found out by DNA that RuPaul and Cory Book are related. It's just like I just can't get that. It's just so cool. Cory Book is a character of himself, and RuPaul is a character larger than life. And then all you do after that is see the resemblance. You know what I mean? Like, they have the same shape of head, they bold the same way, and they have that really like deep eye sockets. you know so cousins for life through DNA, and that's dope.
That is cool.
Yeah. All right, Jojo, who's next?
All right. So we have outstanding directing for a limited or anthology series. Thomas Kail for Hamilton, Sam Miller and Michaela Cole for I May Destroy You, Sam Miller, I May Destroy You, Craig Zobel, Mayor of Easttown, Barry Jenkins, The Underground Railroad, Matt Shackman for WandaVision, and Scott Frank for The Queen's Gambit, and Scott Frank won and wouldn't shut up about it.
Right. So we already talked about this dude. We're just gonna move on. He's an
Yeah.
asshole.
Yes.
Hello,
Next.
Scott Frank. You are an absolute fucking twat. Sorry. Yeah. And so next, outstanding writing for a limited or anthology series. Brad Inglesby for Mayor of Easttown. Scott Frank, The Queen's Gambit. Chuck Hayward and Peter Cameron for WandaVision. Jack Schaefer, WandaVision. Laura Donney, WandaVision. And guess what? Michaela Coel for I May Destroy You. And our girl won. And her speech was absolutely riveting, absolutely fantastic.
Yep. And I cried like a dang baby.
I just looked at my phone and I saw that message. I'm like, yeah, I feel you, dude. Like, you know, and her message was write the thing that makes you uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So, and sorry, and dedicated the win to all of the survivors of sexual assault. You may not know this, but I May Destroy You was actually loosely based on her own experience with sexual assault. So
Yeah.
important. But again, like I said, if you haven't watched I May Destroy You, shame on you. Like, seriously.
Yeah. Yeah. It's some of the best television I have ever seen, if not the best television I have ever seen.
Jesus. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And is it comfortable and happy to watch? No, it is not.
yeah,
But
yeah.
but is it groundbreaking and amazing and heartbreaking and all of the superlatives? Yes, it is.
You're absolutely right, Judge. That's exactly what it is. Like it's a show that if you're looking for happy-go-lucky shit to watch, then you'll never get to this one.
Yeah.
If you are a homophobic asshole, you probably will. That's not the show for you. Also, and you know, the fact of being homophobic makes you an asshole. I'm not just insulting you twice. I'm just saying if you are a homophobic, you in in several expletives or whatever. So fuck off. Damn, Judge, why am I doing that? Yeah, see, that's the kind of things that you have to stop me, man. But you don't. Like, that's the thing you do, man.
Yeah,
Right?
sorry.
Best actress, limited series or TV movie. Go, Jojo.
So we had Anya Taylor-Joy for The Queen's Gambit, Cynthia Eviro for Genius Aretha, Elizabeth Olsen for WandaVision, Michaela Cole for I May Destroy You, and Kate Winslet for Mayor of Easttown. And Kate Winslet is the one that ended up taking it home, which is another expected one. And I would have loved to seen Michaela Cole take it just because I wanted I May Destroy You to win everything, but of course, that's not possible. And it's Kate Winslet, so I don't think anybody had a chance other than her.
Yeah, I think we had a long debate during our prediction show about that.
Yeah.
The fact that Kate is nominated there ain't nothing for anybody. Seriously.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. I have a Ternarian says I was a big Anya Taylor Joy fan, and we too.
Yes. Yes,
we
we
love
loved The
Anya.
Queen's Gambit. We loved The
Yes,
Queen's Gambit. It
she
was so good. And she was so good.
and it's just so young, man. Like, do you guys don't understand, man? This girl is gonna be around for a long time, man, if she stays with it, and she's wicked talented. She is wicked talented. The Queen's Gambit was one of the best shows I've seen in a long time. And like, if you tell anybody this is a show about a girl who plays chess, they'll be like, I'm not gonna watch that.
Yeah, right.
I'm not gonna watch that.
Like, why would I watch that?
Why? But here's the thing: I've not seen anyone saying I watched it and I didn't like it. I've not seen anybody.
I have not seen that either. I have not. And that is a very rare thing. That is
Yeah.
a very rare thing.
Yeah, that's the one show. Like I've recommended shows to people that I've thought are marvelous, and people go and watch them like, And I'm like,
Okay.
really? What went wrong? But when it comes to the Queen's Gambit, say, go watch this show. I'm not gonna tell you what it's about. Just watch the first episode, and then they come back and like, oh man, I'm hooked. So yes, thank you, Ternalian. That's fantastic comment. Cheers.
Yeah.
Let's see what else. Do we have best actor in a limited series or TV movie? And that's Paul Bettany, WandaVision, Hugh Grant, The Undoing, Lin Manuel Miranda, Hamilton, Leslie Odom Jr., Hamilton, and the winner was Ewan McGregor for Halston. Now you watched this show, Georgia, didn't you?
No, I wanted to, but I have not seen Halston.
Oh, really?
I was very interested in watching it, and I just haven't gotten around to it yet. I've heard a lot of people say it's a great binge watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. For some reason, like, I related to something similar to the assassination of Johnny Versace or some shit, and I don't want to watch it. But Ternarian says that I've been meaning to watch it, but I haven't gotten to it, and I think that's all of us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and Netflix be pushing it though. Like every time we go on Netflix, that's one of the first thing that would show up and be like, "Yo, you got to watch this." But there's always something else. But this is one I'm gonna. So there are two shows from this last award show that I have to start watching because they won shit, and I was like, "So what is this about?" Right? So it's that um Halston and Mayor of Easttown. I'm gonna
Yeah.
have to start watching it.
Yeah.
Yeah, McGregor winning the Emmy will hopefully draw more people to the series. So there's already the next binge watch is me. So so there you go. I'm gonna I don't know. I might have to watch one episode of Mayor of Easttown, the first episode, and the first episode of Halston and see which one I'm going to gravitate to.
Which one
So
grabs you first? Yeah.
yeah. So Tenarian, have you watched Mayor of Easttown? Do you have any opinion on it? All right. So in the meantime, Jojo, you've got the next one.
So we have best actress in a drama. We had Emma Corrin for The Crown, Uzu Aduba for In Treatment, Elizabeth Moss for The Handmaid's Tale, MJ Rodriguez for Pose, Journey Smollett for Lovecraft Country, and Olivia Colman for The Crown. And Olivia Colman is the one who took home the award.
Yeah. Again, I remember our prediction show. We did say, Olivia Colman is gonna take it, especially because one, she was obviously fucking great, but two, it's her last hurrah on the crown because now the queen has aged, and the policy of the show is that they don't age actors, they just bring another actor of appropriate age to play the character, which is one of the greatest things for me. And I wish other shows did that. I started watching this week the impeachment, the story of Monica Lewinsky and blah blah blah.
Okay.
And it's one of those American crime series things.
Okay.
And Sarah Paulson is taking a lot of flack for wearing a fat suit. And I know how we feel about fat suit.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, Sarah Paulson effortlessly looks like that lady, except for the fat suit. Do you know what I mean? Like, and so for me, it's like, well, find somebody that looks a bit more like her, that is more in that, you know what I mean? Like, do you remember that lady who played the teacher on DOA?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think she could have played that role too.
Yeah.
But instead, Sarah Paulson just put on, a fat suit and get heavy makeup and is playing the character, and people are kind of going after her online for that. And she's defending it, of course.
Of course.
But yeah, it's just there's no point in that really. There's a lot of other actors that can be cast to play certain characters.
Yeah, well, we all know how I feel about it, so I'm just not a fan of that at all.
Yeah.
Never will be. I just
Uh,
don't. I think it's lazy.
Yeah, it's
I mean, among so many other things, lazy and insulting, and lots
you
of
know,
other things.
and don't get me wrong, like I'm, there's people who've lost tremendous amount of weight to play a character. At
Sure.
least there's a bit of sacrifice on that.
Sure.
Do you want to play somebody of a certain weight? Fucking, shove, pies into your mouth and gain some weight and do it. I don't know, but don't just. Yes, let's stop. Let's stop.
Let's stop. Let's stop.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's exactly right. Actors and actresses have gained and lost tons of ways to play roles. So as Jojo's saying, Tenarin, you're right. It's just lazy. It's lazy fucking pure sheer laziness. We're not gonna take that. And I'm not one to be just going after people on Twitter or whatever, but I've been enjoying every comment about it. So yeah. Um, so the point I was trying to make is that the the Crown does not do that. They don't age actors. They just you come in for 2 seasons, play a character, and once they go into another period, then a new person comes and plays that character. So the next last, I think the very last season, which is the next one for the Crown, and it's another actress. What was the name of the actress that was on
Is it
Confession?
Amelia
Amelia,
Stanton?
yeah, Amelia Staunton. Yes, she's the one who's gonna play the queen, the aging queen. Right. So I think we're almost there, Jojo. How aren't we?
I think so.
Okay.
I do have to say though, one little thing about Olivia Colman winning, and she got censored, but she was super happy about Michaela Cole winning, and actually said "fuck yeah, Michaela Cole." So that got censored out of her little thank you speech, and I think that everybody should have heard that. So I hope Michaela Cole heard it and was happy to hear that she had some Brits cheering her on.
Yeah, I mean, that's if you have. I don't care if you have the rest of Britain behind you. If you have Lady uh, Olivia Colman saying "fuck yeah" because you won, that's all you need, man.
Yeah,
That's it. She's the
I
queen.
mean, it just made me love her more. So.
By the way, Brett Goldstein went on. He said they specifically told me I couldn't curse, and he went on because his character Roy Kent, that guy can't say anything without saying "fuck," right? And he has a little niece that he was sent. He was called out to the school to come pick up because the niece was cursing. And you should have seen that conversation. Him trying to tell the niece, "You need to stop this." She's like, "Well, can you stop it?" And she's like, "Me? No fucking way." So, I mean, Ted laughed for hours talking about it, but yeah. Um, let's talk about outstanding. No, hold on. Best actor in drama. All right. So that's nominations are Josh O'Connor, The Crown, Billy Porter, Pose, Sterling K. Brown, This Is Us, Reggae Jean Page, Bridgerton, Jonathan Majors, Lovecraft Country, Matthew Reese, Perry Mason. The winner was the Josh O'Connor, and I think I predicted that like that. I think I didn't. I didn't. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think you did too.
I have no problem with that one. Seriously, I cannot tell you enough how good this kid is playing. And by the way, he's not even a monarchist. Like he hates the entire system. you know. So
Well, what better person to play, right?
yeah, he doesn't care for the whole monarchy shit, but he dignifyingly played the role, and he was fantastic. So congratulations on that win. Um, Outstanding Variety Special Live. That was something that Stephen Colbert did, a live election show. Democracy's last stand, building back America great again, better 2020, and he won. And we suspected that pre-recorded variety special Hamilton was going to take it away, and they did.
Yes.
That's great. I personally did not enjoy a recorded I'm gonna put this on the screen. Look at this, George. You should be feeling exactly the same. You should be feeling exactly the same. That's the feeling. Like The Crown, I have been telling my co-host Aaron that she needs to start watching The Crown. And she's been promising.
I know. I know. And you'd think I would have already been all over that with how much I love Olivia Colman. And I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm just crazy.
Something is wrong with you.
Lots of some things are wrong with me, man.
Yeah. So Tenarian, go ahead and start watching it and tell us what you think. We do have, and I'm gonna throw these out there. We do have a conversation every Wednesday night on Clubhouse. So if you wanna join us on Clubhouse every Wednesday night, we talk about movies and TV series and blah blah blah. And outside of the podcast, but it's just a convo with our club on Clubhouse. So feel free to give us a follow there. So Jojo, you have best comedy.
Best comedy. So we had Blackish, Cobra Kai, Emily in Paris, Hacks, The Flight Attendant, The Kaminsky Method, Pen 15, and Ted Lasso. And Ted Lasso is the one who took home the award.
Let me ask you this. I didn't know Cobra Kai. I didn't know Cobra Kai was a comedy.
I just knew it was a YouTube show, and I think that picked up. Oh, thank you. How sweet.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, I didn't know. I swear I didn't know Cobra Kai was considered a comedy. So, but like,
I didn't. Yeah, but there you go.
What? Why do you think that though? Why is it a comedy? Does it have jokes?
I don't know. I'm woefully I don't know. It is billed as a comedy drama series.
Okay, so. Nice. Nicely done. All right then. So best drama, that was The Boys, Bridgerton, The Handmaid's Tale, Lovecraft Country, The Mandalorian, Pose, This Is Us, and The Crown. Winner, The Crown. Don't ask me why. That's it. Do not ask me why. How was it, man? They done did it.
They swept them.
And finally, Georgia, you got the last word.
So it was Outstanding Limited Series. It was The Underground Railroad, I May Destroy You, WandaVision, Mayor of Easttown, and The Queen's Gambit. And the winner was The Queen's Gambit.
That was surprising.
I was shocked. I have to say, I was shocked.
Yeah. I mean, that's The Queen's Gambit came out of the blue. Just whoa, what?
Yeah. Yeah. And I would have loved to have seen I May Destroy You win, of course, because I'm never going to shut up about it. And I am surprised, given all the other categories that it won in, that the Mayor of Easttown didn't win. So I was very surprised that it won, but I'm happy that it won. Like that was a cool one.
So here's the thing. I didn't think that the obvious ones were going to win, but never did it occur to me that Queen's Gambit was it. I thought the entire night that WandaVision didn't win anything other than production and whatever the behind the scene things. I think WandaVision is going to wind up with being the series, like the outstanding series of the year.
Okay. That would have surprised me too. I would have been surprised.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude.
I mean, happy because I loved WandaVision.
Yeah. I mean, WandaVision was a showstopper.
Yeah.
The entire, what was it, like 8 episodes?
Yeah.
Every episode was like an absolute movie. Like it was another Marvel movie that you watch, except it was 30 minutes or 35 minutes or something. So I thought, with all of that. And by the way, WandaVision had a bunch of nominations. How many nominations did they get? Like 18,
It was a lot. Yeah.
you know?
I don't remember the exact number, but it was a lot.
So I thought it was gonna be that was gonna be the surprise. But I gotta say, the Queen's Gambit winning it was surprising, but it's a well-deserved win.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
well-deserved win.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Because again, it was one of the best shows I've seen in a long time. And of virtually unknown actors, including Anya Taylor-Joy,
True.
who all of a sudden now she is a household name, right?
Yeah.
And the fact that it is about something that potentially could bore the fuck out of you, but all of a
It's true.
sudden you find yourself, am I right? Like seriously.
It's true.
Yeah,
That's one of those things that on paper you're like, no.
yeah,
There's
yeah.
no way that's gonna work and be interesting.
Yeah. So thank you, Netflix, I guess. Like one of the very little few things that we can thank Netflix for, other than after that, fuck off Netflix. Um, so that's it. Our predictions for the most part came true, but they were easy. They were like real easy predictions because we kind of knew what was what. There were some wishes that we had. Um,
That's a good I like that. Yeah, I am quite sure that you are right. There's probably places that sold out of chess boards and the people who are selling them are like, why the hell are people coming through with
yeah.
chess boards? What happened?
And like and now those chessboards are somewhere on top of somebody's closet and stuff, just gathering
Gathering dust.
dust or whatever. So-
I don't know. We might get some interesting stuff come of this.
Well, yeah, you're right. I mean, because the best generation of soccer players sprint out of the United States right after, like 4 years after the World Cup. Like, see, if there was a World Cup in 2020, so the next 4 years, the next generation, you'll have a bunch of kids who went into soccer right at this time that are making it to a next level. That you know what I mean. So and I guess that the same thing happened with the Olympics. So maybe
Yeah,
maybe there's a new generation of nerds like making the moves and shit.
I think that there is going to be some people who definitely stick with it. Oh, of course, there's going to be people who bought a chessboard and just put it in the back of the closet and forgot about it. But I think there's going to be a new generation of chess players. I think there's going to be some interesting stuff happening with that.
There's a very weird thing that happens with, especially with the generation my kids' age and younger, is that they can be cool and nerdy at the same time, which
Awesome.
our generation and prior than that we couldn't be. And I think it is because I mean there's still bullying, but bullying has been so persecuted to the extent where kids feel like they can be whatever they want to be at any given point. So bullies are not so in your face and kicking your ass just because you are you. So these kids, they take the liberty of being slightly nerdy-ish with their video games and their shit, and then they can be cool as people too, Because I got one of those living upstairs. So we are going to call it a day. So this might be the moment to tell you folks, and thank you for watching, Ternarian. Thank you for keeping us company, for your
Yes.
comments.
Thank you.
Actually, I have to say, I think this is one of the very few times that we actually have somebody interacting with us on the side of Twitch. So this
Fun
was
stuff.
fantastic.
Oh, thank you.
Cheers. Thank you
Cheers.
so much.
Yes.
And we are typically on Saturdays here with a new show for you. And then the podcast comes out on Tuesday on Apple Podcasts and wherever you get your podcasts. You can follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and also on Facebook. We also have a Clubhouse, Kicking and Streaming Hub on Clubhouse. And also, if you would like to follow me, I am Mr. Puzzetta. That's MRPUZZETTA, both on Instagram and on Twitter. We're still campaigning for Jojo to come back to the net and
Social media. Well, I'll do it one
yeah.
of these. I'll be there. I'll be there one of these
Yeah,
days.
so take your
See,
time. Yeah, like anybody waiting for you and stuff, you know. So, so for me and for Jojo, this is goodbye. Thank you very much for watching, and thank you very much for listening. And we hope you enjoyed the entire, Emmys thing as we did.
Yeah.
It was slightly shit, but we still enjoyed it. So
Yeah.
great. Thank you very much. You guys have a great one.
Thank you.
This
Bye.
is Kicking.
Thank you for listening to Kickin' and Streamin' Podcast. If you found value in our content, please subscribe and share. We would also be delighted to hear what you think of this podcast. So please rate us by writing a quick review on Apple Podcasts or your favorite podcast platform. Follow us on all major social media platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Pinterest. Join the conversation happening today on our Facebook group.